I don't even know what tactics to be using in FIFA 22. I don't know which formations to start with, where to put the players. I'm just messing it all up. I go too attacking or I go too defensive and I can't really get the game started. I don't know what to be doing here. That's why I come in. The solution man. Hello, welcome to my channel. And now it will bring you the starter formations that you desire. Come on, let's get straight into it, people. A lot of people love asking me, what starter formation do you use, Tom? What attacking formation do you use? Guys, these videos will bring you every single variation of formation I like to use in different scenarios. We'll be starting off with starter formations today, people. So remember that all of these are starter formations. These are formations you can start the game with. So guys, this completely closes out the question of my favorite starter formations. Now I'll tell you this, I switch these nearly weekly because I get bored and I switch to these all the time, but these are the best ones to go to, and I will give you an explanation before every single one exactly why it's useful, guys. So make sure to listen fully. Don't just skip to the tactic, copy in and say, "Ah, that don't work." Come on, man. That's never going to teach you anything, people. Usually the tactic is not the magician. The magician is you behind the controller. The tactic is just your weapon of choice. Anyone from the video yesterday will know what I'm talking about. Let's get straight into it, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Defensive tactic. So the 4-2-3-1, now I put it here because it's the most basic formation known to man. It is such a popular formation. You know, you've got balanced style, 45 width, 50 depth. Build up plays slow because, you know, with the 4-2-3-1 you've got to build up a bit slower than usual. So that's why it's slow. Chance creation is balanced with 45, 6 players in the box. You know, the idea behind the 4-2-3-1 is simple, really. You get these players to be sitting behind the ball, basically. To be honest, this is exactly what you get all these players to do. You need one CDM, which is super in and out CDM, very good defensively. You need one CDM, which is a box-to-box midfielder. You need a Ram, which is more like a right winger, a Lam, which is more like a left winger, a Cam, which is sometimes a striker, like Mbappe in this case, and obviously Alessandrini would be up front, because he's a main in and out striker. And you really need right back and left back who can have a lot of pace, you know, running up and down the field. And wow, thanks EA, thanks so much. Yes, guys, EA tried to stop the greatness, but we are back. Make sure to keep it compact, like I said, and make sure to not really mess about with the idea, because the 4-2-3-1, the idea behind it is that it is compact, it is easy to get the ball back because you got two CDMs roaming around the midfield at all times, protecting your centre backs. It just gives you great protection in terms of the defensive side of things. Now, the 4-2-3-1 is a bit stale, and it can become a bit too stable, as in, it's just predictable to really play against. It's so predictable, and not many people know how to really mix it up and make it interesting. So if you find it a bit like you're not really creating anything and you're just defending, or you're just not really progressing forward, then that means you're playing the 4-2-3-1, which is a bit too stale, or you just need to switch up because you're a bit bored of this one. The strikers on stay central, stay forward. Need them to stay central and staying up there at all times. He is the striker after all. The Cam is just balanced. Let him do his job. The Lamb and the Ram will be on comeback on defense and get into box for cross. They kind of do a dual role here. They help out the defense whenever they can with comeback on defense. It also means that they will be tracking runners, but get into box for cross because you need them at the back post for crosses. And it also makes them run ahead of the striker, allowing you to obviously have options down the wing, which a lot of people struggle getting in the 4-2-3-1. One of your CDMs will be cover center, stay back. This is your in and out CDM, and then the other one's just on cover center, balanced, just because you want them to be running box to box and helping out the attack, because like I said, it is a bit too stale at times. The right back is on stay back, left back on stay back, pretty self-explanatory. You're still defending. It is a starter formation, but you're still defending. And then the goalkeeper on comes for crosses, people. That's how it works for me when it comes to the you know, the kind of the most basic formation you can have in starter. You know, you can try the 4-2-3-1, but I find it a bit boring at the moment, people, and I'm not using it personally. I'm not used it for 2 weeks now, and I don't really know when to come back to it because it's just too stale as a formation. But it is still something that people use all the time. So here's my best tactics for it possible. And I think, guys, we need to be moving on to the other starter formation, which a lot of people do like, the 4-4-2 second variation, balanced, 40 width, 60 depth. Yes, it is a bit more of an attacking starter formation. Balanced build up, direct passing, 45 width in offense, 6 players in the box, one corner, two free kicks it should be. The 4-4-2 second variation is better than the 4-4-2 normal, just because you have the two CDMs. So as a starter formation, it works way better. In fact, last patch, 4-4-2 second variation was by far my favorite. I love the 4-4-2 second variation. The first one not as much, but this one, incredible. You know, you get the two CDMs which always help you out in all situations. You got wingers and you got two strikers to play off of each other. The 40 width and the 45 width, wow, I just kicked my camera. The 40 width and the 45 width, it just balances itself out. It allows you to keep it a bit more compact. Since you have wingers and the formation is very, very wide, it allows you to keep it a bit more compact in defense with the 60 depth, allowing you to press with all the players that you got up there already in the first place, which is absolutely incredible. And I really enjoy this formation a lot, people. One of your strikers is going to be on getting behind and balanced, and then the other striker on getting behind, come back on defense. Now, you see, this is a bit more defensive, and the reason I played this is because I feel like these players rush out too quick, and then they leave the CDMs and the wingers out. Basically, they just leave them out of the whole attack. And if you look at it, there's a huge gap between these players, and you want to close it out a bit. So the best way of doing it is making sure they're not stay forward. Now, your right mid and your left mid are both on comeback on defense, get in behind and get into box for cross. Why is this so important? Because you need them to truck the runners down the wing, you need them to run in behind as well at the same time, and also get into the box for cross at the back post, because it is quite essential to succeed in the game doing that. You know, when you do that, you're allowing yourself to basically score extra goals, and that's exactly what you need to be doing. One of your CDMs is going to be on stay back cover center. Once again, the in and out CDM. The other one's also going to be on stay back cover center. And if you feel like this one's not box to box enough, just put in calm passing lanes. But that is a bit of a risky maneuver, because it kind of loses the shape when he runs out in defense and tries to get a ball through ball, which he can't get. But this allows you to obviously protect the two center backs, stay back overlap so that you have someone to pass down the wing to, and then bang. Goalkeeper should be on comes for cross. God knows why he's not on that. And that's that, guys, for that one. Now, even more attacking starter formation, because some of you guys are maniacs. I mean, I love this formation. This is inspired by Stokes FIFA, who's obviously #1 on PlayStation 5, one of the best pros I've ever faced when I was playing games. The last year, I think. First leg ended something like 1-1, then the second leg ended like 7-1 to him. It was an absolute madness. So I'm going to link him down below, because this is fully inspired by his latest tactics, which are inspired then by Michael Fisher, who's #1 now, I think, or #2 or something this season. But yeah, guys, balanced defensive style is what we're going to be using. 38 width and 70 depth. Now, this is a maniac formation, but I'm loving this. The 4-1-2-1-2 was really struggling post-patch just now, but he just made it work again. I mean, 38 width, you'd think, wow, that's way too narrow. No, guys, keep it as narrow as possible, the 4-1-2-1-2. It keeps it so compact that the opposition is forced to go down the wing, but there's only so much you can do down the wing before going back into the middle. Let's remember, the goal's on the sides, is it? The goal's in the middle. I know I'm telling you kind of the obvious kind of rule of football here, but the truth is, it's simple football. It's basics. 38 width, carry out all the defensive work, 70 depth, because that is so helpful. You know, you want to be pressing up against the opposition, going all the way up as much as you can, so that's the best way of doing that. Build up play is going to be balanced, because you don't need to rush it too much. Direct passing, because come on, it's glitched, it just works. And 32 width is the way I like to play it. People, this is just such a compact formation. It allows you for quick time passing, and it's just such a good formation to start with if you want to go straight at the opponent and shock him, give him a nice little electrical shock. Players in the box, 7. Get them all in there, really. Get them all in there. To one corner, 2 free kicks, people. The idea behind this formation is simple. Just get the players up there, press so much that the opponent is completely suffocated, and they are forced to give you the ball, pretty much. Now, one of your strikers is on getting behind, the other one's on getting behind, come back on defense. Exactly why I did a 4-4-2 second variation, which was inspired by this slightly as well. It's just what works once again. It's not, you know, it's not a negative. Yes, people, and so basically getting behind is so important in this tactic. It just gets your players in behind and allows you to attack with them in a more kind of organized manner, with them all come back on defense and unbalanced. Now the cam is exactly the same, balanced. One of your centre mids is going to be on stay back cover wing. This is in Kunku, because he's a good box to box midfielder, but we need him to stay back nonetheless, because he's not a defender or he's not really an attacker and he's not really a defender, so he's just going to be running around, roaming around. The other player who's Bamba's just on balanced cover wing, just so he helps out in attack. The CDM cover center stay back while attacking, covering the two center backs, creating a nice triangle. Manyan, why is it not uncomfortable crosses, man? I swear to God, I added this instruction, they still don't do it. Stay back overlap, so important. You need them on the overlap because there's absolutely no one on the overlap in this formation because it's so narrow. So get someone on the overlap and they will be able to help you out. But the passing is going to be so quick with this, your opponent's not even going to be able to deal with it. And obviously this links us into the last formation, which I think is the most attacking formation, because it has no CDM, so therefore it is not the most defensive formation possible. Balanced, 40 width, 65 depth, balanced, direct passing, 38 width, 7 players in the box, 2 corners, 1 free kicks. We have the 4-3-1-2, people. I love the 4-3-1-2. It works so well, especially the one I brought out recently. I did a few tweaks to it just now, following the little changes that I've seen in other people's tactics and all that kind of stuff. You gotta constantly get inspired by the people that are up there. Balanced, the 40 width once again, the 38 width. This is about keeping it compact, people. FIFA is all about keeping it compact, and the 4-3-1-2 it does exactly that again. 65 depth, 7 players in the box. It's still attacking as hell. It is such a pressing formation, and you got 2 strikers, one on comeback on defense, and that's it, helping you to link with the cam. The other player on stay forward, getting behind, a bit of a change from the last one, just because the 4-3-1-2 is already attacking, might as well really commit to that kind of way of playing. So getting behind, stay forward is important on one striker, the other one comeback on defense to help you out with the cam, who's on stay forward, creating a nice triangle of 1-2 passes. The center mid in the middle is going to be on stay back cover center, because they are literally the CDM in your natural positions. Stay back cover wing on one of the other players, and then the other one on get forward cover wing. And this just gives you a lot of options, people. You get 2 players covering the wing, you get 2 players. This is kind of creating a 4-1-2-1-2 in a sense, really. It's just that it's a bit more 3 centimeters rather than 1 CDM there as well, covering the center back, and obviously making this the most attacking formation possible. Overlap, and balance, like I said, it is super attacking for a starter formation, but it works very well, people. Comes for crosses, boom. Which ones do I use, people? Right now, in this exact moment, I am using this 4-1-2-1-2 to start with, and I like this 4-3-1-2. All I do to it is I put a cheeky press after possession loss, and it becomes an attacking formation. That's how attacking it is, but you can still be using it as a starter formation, people. This completely closes the question of the best starter formations in the game. I am here for you. Make sure to comment down below exactly what formation you want to be using. And obviously, guys, until next time, peace.